illustrate not only my out-of-the-box thinking, but also to remind you what normal 3D is about. So hello with a German accent and a Scottish name. And as a preparation to illustrate my visual and metric 3D, I brought a prop from UKTI, who sponsored me to go back to CERN, where I started my life in Geneva. I used to diagnose the software of physicists who became Nobel Prize winners. But life brought me to London, and I practiced software-aided thinking. So another prop from UKTI. Is anybody here from UKTI by any chance, so that I can express my gratitude? 2 years ago they sent me there. And now I would like to show you what my software, which only exists on my laptop so far, can produce. You are already prepared for paradigm shift thinking, thanks to Joe just now. And this is a way of looking at a digital image in a new way. The mammograph showed something that I don't know because I'm a mathematician. I've become a metrologist, but I can't tell whether this is benign or not. But an expert can tell the difference. That's why I'd like to develop an expert system. So I'm looking for experts with whom to develop systems. Oh, this goes at its own speed, huh? So stem cells are another image that I have re-visualized with my software. And again, I couldn't tell you what the difference is, but when I showed it to some professor at UCL, he could already see, oh yeah, I can tell what's going on here. The advantage of this revisualization is seeing more in terms of depth and perspective and measuring more, but not by the human eye, but by the software. So that's why I call this method software vision. It's not machine vision, but it's software vision. So what's the big deal about seeing versus measuring? Well, the human eye is really quite clever in terms of grasping differences in a single image. But software is good at processing masses, hundreds and thousands of data and images in this case. So what is the challenge is to bridge the gap between what we see, what we name it, how we label it, and how to quantify it. And that's what the expert system is about, into which my methods will be embedded as invisibly as possible, because that's none of you who are interested in bio, nano, and life as application wants to know how it works. That's boring. So, at the rock bottom is this revisualization, or if you like, translation of a digital 2D into this virtual or visual 3D. At the middle level is the ability of the software to associate numbers with images, single images and groups of images. And at the top is the portal which allows you to use the magic of software. So, these incompatibilities between computers, so sorry about the A that dropped off, but on the knowledge level, we're moving bottom up from data to interpretation and intelligence, and on the functionality side of the software, we're moving from toolboxes to automating processes and to hopefully user-friendly and easy access. What's the big deal in the commercial world? We can learn and compare and thus quantify qualities and characterizations that so far have not been able to be quantified. It's a big claim, therefore one needs more proofs, but I've tried and tested my work well enough on this fundamental and generic and universal level. I'm looking for specialists with whom to kind of prove the claims within their field. I'm mostly interested in the calibration aspect. I would like to find out which technology is best for which process and which application. My compatriot Humboldt has been quoted to have said what I would like to leave you with. I produced not only a website but also a blog, and the tagline is measuring 3D realities on 2D screens. So measuring on screen is measuring in a new way. At NPL, what I call the Mecca of measuring, the National Physics Laboratory, I spoke to somebody who said if there is a new method in measuring, then it should address toxicity. Well, I made that as a proposal to welcome, but that kind of was too big. So now I'm focusing on differentiating cell types, and I hope that at next year's Genesis conference I can present the use of grid moving from particle physics to life sciences. If there are any questions, I'd be delighted. Everybody shifted paradigm and lost?
I was going to ask what kind of business model are you operating with?
Web service, subscription. Per byte, per numbers of collections, or a kind of an infinite subscription that you, by which you can process, and of course licensed server installations.
Right, so you do just
Yes. Excellent question, thank you.
So it's more of an IT
Yes,
model than something.
fundamentally IT, yes. I'm a cyber woman. Good, well programmed.